Sometimes the things that I hear from some of my students is that why should I study computer science? I'm just not going to have a job in the future. And it's a valid concern since, all these tech companies are doing major layoffs. It is valid for them to feel as if their career path or major isn't going to make sense in the next 5 years. But kind of what I look at it in and how I kind of perceive it is the way that back in the days where people were mining coal, and I tell the story pretty often. At the time, there was a lot of coal miners, and this was the way to make an income, and this was the career path. And then some time, has passed, and the industry has changed, and more people move towards, factories and working in factories. So there was this gap of skill that needed to happen. Back in the days was you would finish your education at that level, maybe it was a high school education, and you would go and work in the factories. But now, in this instant, that you are a coal miner, right? You don't have that maybe a level of education of whatever it may be. So now you are in this midst of two different predicaments. A, do you continue on the route that you're on now, being a coal miner and kind of seeing what happens? Or B, do you learn new skills, and however that may be, to position yourself to then work in factories or any other job that comes afterwards? So I use this story and this analogy more so to explain that for people that are doing computer science, there will always be developers needed, but there may not be that many jobs to fulfill the traditional software developer roles. A lot of them might get outsourced to AI or other regions for cheaper money. But what I recommend is that if you're a software engineer or somewhere in this field, that you should definitely start to upskill using AI, understanding how generative AI works and ML and all of these other things to help position you for if there is a time in which that you need to pivot, you have the skills and resources needed to do so.